Hello, this is Dr. Mahesh Kalyan Shetty, Associate Professor, Department of Civil Engineering, Walchand Institute of Technology, Solapur. In this session, we will discuss about the field compaction of soil. At the end of this session, the student will be able to describe the field compaction control of soil. So these are certain compaction methods in the laboratory as well as in the field. So exclusively we have a different methods for coarse grained soil and fine grained soil. So in the coarse grained soil, for a laboratory, we can go for a vibrating hammer for achieving the compaction, and the vibration can be achieved on the field as well. So on the field also we can perform the compaction which can be achieved by hand operated vibration plates or motorized vibratory rollers, rubber tired equipment, free falling weight, dynamic compaction, etc. Whereas for the fine grained soil in the laboratory, we can apply the compaction or we can achieve the compaction by falling weight and hammers, kneading compactors, static loading and pressing. And on the field, we can use hand operated tampers, shift foot rollers, rubber tire rollers. So these are certain compaction methods which are adopted in the laboratory as well as on the field. So in the picture we can see some equipments which are used for the compaction. So on the field there are many equipments which can be used, such as a rammer. In the picture we can see such kind of rammers can be used for a compaction. The vibratory plates also can be used. Now these equipments can be used for a congested area where a big instruments are not possible to operate. Smooth rollers, now the rollers also is used, then the rubber tire rollers, shift foot rollers, and sometimes such kind of dynamic compaction also is achieved on the field where a heavy mass is dropped through certain height. Now as far as the rollers are considered, we have variety of rollers, and these rollers are useful for certain specific type of soil. The first one is the smooth wheeled roller. The picture we can see here is an of smooth wheeled roller, which is suitable for rolling subgrades and for finishing operations of fields with sandy and clay soil, and providing 100% coverage under the wheels with ground contact pressure as high as 310 to 380 kN per meter square. So such a huge amount of contact pressure can be generated using these particular rollers, and by which the compaction can be achieved. But this is not suitable for producing high unit weights of compaction when used on thicker layers, because the effect is being observed, the influence of this compaction is being observed on a thin layers. So for a thicker layer, these are not so suitable. And this type of smooth wheeled rollers are useful for gravel, sand and silty soils. The second roller is a pneumatic rubber tired roller, where the rubber tired rollers are used, and these are better in many respects than the smooth wheeled rollers. The former are heavily loaded, means this particular rollers are heavily loaded with several rows of tires as you see in the picture, and these tires are closely spaced, usually 4 to 6 in a row is used. And these pneumatic type of rollers are used for cohesionless kind of soil such as sandy, and it can be used for cohesive as well, that is such as clay soil. Compaction is achieved by a combination of pressure and kneading action. So using this pneumatic rubber tire, we can apply the pressure, at the same time the kneading action also can be performed. Then the shift foot rollers, which are having some projections in the picture, we can see these rollers have got some projections so that the kneading action and the compaction both will take place, and these particular projections may be in the having an area in the range of 25 to 85 centimeter square. These rollers are mostly effective in compacting clayey soils, and this can generate a pressure in the range of 1400 to 7000 kilonewton per meter square. The vibratory rollers are very useful in case of granular soils, and these vibrators can be attached to the smooth wheeled pneumatic rubber tire, or even it can be applied to shift foot rollers to provide the vibratory action. So this vibration is produced by rotating of some weight which is eccentrically connected. Then after understanding the different equipments on the field for achieving the compaction, then we need to check whether the compaction is achieved properly or not. So for that, the process is called field compaction control. In the field compaction control, it consists two parts: water content determination, at which the soil has been compacted, and the dry density. Therefore, we can find out the degree of compaction achieved. Now the moisture content need to be determined rapidly on the field many times. So the rapid determination of water content can be done by two methods. One is a calcium carbide method and another is a Proctor needle method. The field compaction control can be achieved by this instrument called Proctor needle, as you can see in the picture. The Proctor needle consists of a needle point attached to a graduated needle shank here at the bottom, which is in turn is attached to a spring loaded plunger. The needle point of varying cross sectional area are available so that a wide range of penetration resistance can be measured. So this particular needle is used to measure the penetration resistance, and to use the needle in the field, a calibration curve is plotted. So the calibration curve you can see on the right hand side. So this dotted line indicates the calibration curve, and such kind of curves we need to develop in the laboratory first before we use it on a field. So let us see how it is to be developed. In the laboratory, a curve is plotted first between the penetration resistance as ordinate and the water content as abscissa. You can see here the penetration resistance on the right side and the water content as an abscissa, and we get such kind of dotted line here which says that which is a calibration curve. The laboratory penetration resistance is measured by inserting the Proctor needle in the compacted soil in the Proctor mold. So once the mold is prepared on the in the laboratory, then we have to insert this needle and we have to measure the penetration resistance, and later on we have to find the water content of that soil. Therefore, we get water content and the corresponding penetration resistance, and that is to be plotted here, and this particular curve is to be developed. Now once this curve is ready, it has been developed, that we call it as calibration curve. Then this curve is used on the field to determine the placement water content. The penetration resistance of the compacted soil in the field is determined with this Proctor needle, and its water content can be read off from the calibration curve. Then the bulk density of the compacted soil in the field can be determined by any method using either core cutter or sand replacement method, and then the degree of compaction can be obtained. Okay, and the degree of compaction is measured by the relative compaction or the percent compaction, which is defined as the ratio expressed as a percentage of the field dry density to the maximum density obtained in a laboratory compaction test. Then so in some cases, especially in cohesionless soil, this degree of compaction sometimes is expressed in terms of density index. So some review questions. So let us take a look at these questions. Take a pause, get the answer and resume the video. The first question is rollers ideally suitable for compaction of cohesive soil are. Four options are given. Second question is coarse grained soils are best compacted by. Again, four options are given. Think over and get the answer. These are the answers. The first question is rollers ideally suitable for compaction of the cohesive soil are shift foot roller. So this we already discussed that for a cohesive type of soil, the shift foot rollers are very effective, as these are responsible for kneading and compacting both. And the second question is coarse grained soils are best compacted by a vibratory roller. So in case of the coarse grained soil, vibratory rollers are very effective, because this vibration assists to reorient the soil particles and further densification of the soil. These are the references used. Thank you.